I want to talk to you today about comedy and sheltered people and completely screwed up senses of humor. One of the most interesting psychological and cultural phenomena that we can look at right now is what right-wingers think is funny. Now, we've talked about before how when right-wingers have tried to do satirical news, it just doesn't work. And part of it is you can't really tell the difference from actual right-wing news because it's all so dumb and stupid. And shows like the half-hour news hour on Fox News failed. You know, you've got this guy, Greg Gutfeld on Fox News, who I guess is a comedian. You can't tell when he's doing a comedy bit and when he's being serious. Right-wing comedy it doesn't really work in a normal way. I am now going to present to you sort of the latest edition of what the hell are these people thinking? I bring you today a clip from this Reawaken America tour. These are these events that are held in sort of like circus tents that are kind of like churches all over the place. Many of these are affiliated with Christian hate preacher Greg Locke. They brought in comedian Jim Breuer. Jim Breuer is now, I guess you can call him a right-wing comedian. And what is amazing to me is he mocks flu shots. He mocks vaccines. He seems to mock Damar Hamlin, the NFL player who recently suffered a cardiac arrest on the field and thankfully is moving ahead in his recovery. And the crowd just loves it. This is comedy to these people, and it is extraordinarily sad in terms of what it says about our country. Take a look at this.
I still have my in-laws. My in-laws are like, we gotta get our flu shot, then a booster, then another booster.
This guy's clapping. This guy he's in stitches, folks. If you're listening, there's a Vietnam veteran hat wearing guy who is just clapping. He's so he's almost apoplectic in laughter.
So, you know, people are starting to die. Where'd you hear that?
Right.
What are you, one of those conspiracy theorists?
Whoa. The left had better be ready for this because the right is starting to get good at comedy. Look at these young ladies who were just overcome with laughter.
What are you, a cult member? Extremist, one of them?
I guess this is an imitation of a left-winger that Jim Breuer is doing. I don't know.
Here in the NFL.
So I guess the joke, he falls down. Jim Breuer throws himself down on the ground like a tantruming 2-year-old. I guess the joke is, oh, everything's fine with the vaccines. Oh, whoops, Damar Hamlin is now down on the ground. I think the joke is that the vaccine caused what happened to Damar Hamlin, of course, for which there's no evidence. I'm trying to interpret stuff that is unintelligible. I believe that's the joke to the extent that it's a joke that Jim Breuer is making. And that really gets the crowd riled up. Isn't this great, guys?
Crazy conspiracy theorist.
All right, so then the same bit just starts over again. Only the most sheltered people would find this stuff funny. If your entertainment and your thinking is mostly watching paint dry, maybe this is funny because Brewer's making, like a silly face, but it's disturbing and it's pathetic and it's really disheartening to see what is considered funny these days among the right. And these trends, we mock vaccines and we mock people who get them and we mock doctors. And, the last time we talked about Jim Breuer about a year ago, he was making fun of people who listen to doctors. But even Breuer himself, when his wife was very sick, I forget what with, I think it was a type of cancer, he wasn't mocking doctors then or specialists or any of it. He found the best people And he went to them and he listened to them so that he could actually get treatment. So even Breuer, this may even be an act as far as Breuer is concerned, but it reveals this deep ignorance, this deep lack of empathy towards struggles that people have, towards people affected by the pandemic, people, healthcare workers, and on and on and on. But it's also a reflection of a larger problem within the right wing and this increased tendency to retreat into their echo chambers, because this is now no longer even just, well, different news sources and different underlying beliefs about A, B, C, D issue. This is about, we are going to surround ourselves with people so delusionally like-minded that it becomes an impossibility to ever break out of this, right? If you're laughing this hard as this woman is laughing at the act that Jim Breuer is doing, I don't know how you ever get out of that echo chamber. And I don't know how our society can actually move forward in any kind of constructive manner. And I hate that I have become so cynical and negative about this, but I am very pessimistic about it. I mean, when you see this laughter at what I just played for you, I don't know where we go from here. Let me know what you think in the comments.